One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Sooners have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming in the opening of the season. Fielded in the end zone, it's Turner. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. Finally corralled, and not before. He picks up the first down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. Four-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
They'll go to the toss. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defensive speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
Everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run the football. It looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Makes the grab. There is nowhere to go. He has stopped, and it'll be fourth down from the 23. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And this offense just made their first statement, the first drive. 4th down. What are we going to do? We're going to be aggressive. Not only that, they get the touchdown. They're rewarded. What a hot start for this offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The inside handoff. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football.
Turning it on! They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there! Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times in these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run, or do they go to the passing game?
On the move, it's Rodgers. He is stopped short. That's the man they wanted to have the ball, but it'll be 4th down.
I like the way this offense is ending the first half. Like, putting a good drive together. I like the running down here in this area. You got to be physical in this part of the field. You've got a good lead. You've got a chance to go in the half with more momentum, continue to run the ball, eat the clock, and put some points on the board.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he's going to bring this one out. He's got great speed. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. From the gun, give on the inside. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
Looking for room. It's Tatum. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Out of the gun to give to the back. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
He'll take it himself. Got the first down and more. Finally run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 18.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing it around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough. And we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Gets it out fast. Breaks into the open. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Pollard, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's got it on the right. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for space. It's Tatum. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? He might want another play. Williams will pass. Right down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Stopped at the 46-yard line and just making a play and turning in the interception. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. To the air on 1st down. Skips away from pressure. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Bettis. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Bettis. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bettis. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Williams looking for a man. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, the ball's incomplete and brings up second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Makes the play in the backfield again, and the defense can use a timeout and get the ball back here.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFL.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Sooners will punt it away on fourth down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. He's gonna lose a yard on that one. They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single play. Oh, he's got some space. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Trying play action. Now sliding to his left. On the move, he fires. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that's another incompletion for this offense. And, man, it's kind of been a grind. It's kind of been ugly. They're just not in a rhythm. This whole night, man, just the crowd here just kind of, everybody can feel it. This offense hasn't figured their way out, and they got to get something going.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to fire deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Thank you very much. That's what the quarterback's thinking on that last play. I think he was even shocked that his receiver was that wide open downfield. He'll take it.
Motion from the wide receiver. They want to run this quarterback. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week. This game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 6 over NC State. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Jackson. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Good work up front to get that 1st down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Gives it on the option.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And it just doesn't get more dominant than that. One-on-one, me versus you, and there's nothing you can do about it, David. I know that's something you know a lot about based on your time.
Man, fly off the edge, beat the man as quick as you can. There's so many things that have to go right for you to get a sack. The ball has to be coming out a little bit later. But you know what? When you win that fast and that clean off the line of scrimmage, that is how it's done at the highest level for that defensive end.
All right, on offense, you're trying to catch them napping on 3rd and long. You try to run the football, but good job by the defense not being fooled and giving themselves an opportunity now to get the ball back.
Yeah, and you got to do a better job not getting in 3rd and long. Offense has to be better on 1st and 2nd down, so you're not forced in these 4th down situations where now you're in limbo of what you want to do.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. The touchdown drive cut the deficit last time they had it, forced the punt. Now a chance to really make this a football game.
And I think if you're the offensive coordinator here, you're revisiting that last drive and asking yourself, okay, what did I call? What worked? What can I keep dialing up so we can keep scoring?
Dang right, because you got the momentum. You're back in this football game. Everything is going your way. Your defense just contributed, so that lead they had, just keep chipping away, and who knows what will happen.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The give on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Sooners in the hurry up. Williams will pass. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Working the middle. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And the Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Quarterback keeper. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage, and this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Sooners had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. With the run on 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change. Touchdown, Sooner! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Slips through the line. He's got it out. There he goes. Open it up. A dynamic return. Explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. East Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. One of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to NC State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thank you. Update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Williams looking for a man. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
A good start by this offense. Something positive on the first play. The drive is good. Listen, the hill is large, right? Like this, we need 2 scores. We got to have 2 touchdowns to get back in this game. We got to be aggressive. We got to take shots, but obviously not put the football at risk.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Yeah, there's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Unloads it left, and he throws another interception, his third one of the night. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They have it once again in spectacular field position, cashed in the last time and even better this time around. He'll keep it himself. Got room to work. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Given the unrest surrounding this guy's future as the head coach, this would be a great way to get the season started.
Man, you want all the momentum you can get, and you want to quiet people down. You don't want it to get louder. The louder those murmurs talk about hot seat, and you have a tendency to lose your football team. It's a distraction. You have to talk about it all the time. So always nice, Palmer, to get off on the right foot.
You just got to be able to drown out the outside noise, right? Easier said than done. And with this win in week 1, they're going to silence the critics. But make no mistake, he's going to go into that locker room and say, everyone that's been talking trash about us all off season, they're going to love us now. Don't pay any attention to that. All that matters is what's in this locker room. They've got to take that attitude forward.
He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Touchdown, Ohio State! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment and you put the beat down like this coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Williams will pass. Rushes on him. Breaks the tackle. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.